Boy, does it feel good to be a wrestling fan right now. This is your boy, Deluxe Man, and you are watching my Raw review for July 21st of 2014, the aftermath of WWE Battleground 2014. To me, a show that was so-so. Some might call it the worst pay-per-view of 2014. I don't think it was that bad. It did some good stuff, storyline-wise, booking-wise. Some bad, don't worry. I see the bad in the show. But overall, it's just one big preview for SummerSlam. But tonight, this episode of Raw was exactly what the WWE needed. This got me pumped for SummerSlam. This was an excellent episode of Raw. From beginning to end. The first third hour to the last third hour, it's fantastic. You have to watch this show. If you have not watched it, you need to go watch this episode. One of the best Raws I've seen this year. It's better than Battleground. It's better than Money in the Bank. It's better than Payback. It's better than any Raw we've gotten over the last month, maybe better than the Raws we got over the last 2 months. But definitely an exciting show. I know you guys are tired of me just hyping it up. You want me to talk about it? Okay, I'll get into it, but first, I have to say this. I'm happy that the WWE scaled back on the plugging of the network. Last week, if you haven't watched, I counted 17 times that the network was plugged. Oh my god. That is a lot. Ridiculous. But this week, 3. We've gone from 17 to 3. 1 an hour. Fantastic. That's better. That's so much better. I can tolerate that. I didn't even notice the network subscription plugs. I didn't. As a matter of fact, I think Fool Killer was keeping track of it, and I only counted 3 times that he noticed. So, going from 17 plugs to only 3, which is what, 1 an hour? Fantastic. That is so much better. You don't need to shove the network down our throats. Just have great Raws like this that get people salivating for matches like Lesnar versus Cena, and I'll get to all of this in the review, so keep watching. But Raws like this is what's going to make fans buy the network. Not pushing it down our throats. Just have good episodes like this on a weekly basis, or at least attempt to have good shows like this, aiming for good shows like this, and I promise you, that subscription number will triple very fast. I promise you. Enough talk. Let's get into the show. It opens up with Triple H coming out, and at first I was like, oh man, can we have something different? Why do we have to give a freaking promo to Triple H every single week? But he comes out and he mocks the internet fans talking about, I'm angry. I'm going to tweet on Twitter. Talk about how I'm not going to go watch Raw anymore. And I was like, touche. That was nice, Triple H. That was really good. It made me laugh. But then he talks about how he's looking for the next opponent to fight Cena, and he wants someone to impress him. Then Orton, Kane, and Reigns come out to make their claim. Reigns knocks out Kane, and then he gets put into a match against Kane and Orton. Took 10 minutes. 10 minutes, they were in, they were done, and they went into a match. So much shorter, and personally, I think it helped the show a lot. Reigns beats Randy Orton and Kane. Not much to talk about. It was pretty much a standard match. And honestly, you know what? Reigns, man. If we're going to do Reigns versus Orton at SummerSlam, sure. I have no problems with that. We need to give Orton some heat, though. He needs to get something on Reigns. He needs to become the Viper, for one thing. He needs to get dangerous. Because I would love to see that match if Orton, becomes a lot more of a villainous character again. Right now, he just feels like a stooge. He needs to become villainous again for this to really work. Because I have no problems with Reigns fighting Orton. I just think if you're going to do it, make it worthwhile. Make it a feud that's going to advance Roman Reigns and Orton. Get the best out of these two great wrestlers. So yes, I look forward to that. Then we got the 4-on-1 Divas match. It's Nikki Bella versus Alicia Fox, Cameron, Rosa Mendez, and Eva Marie. So before this match took place, apparently Brie Bella was ringside. She had her ticket, so she was able to come inside the arena. Stephanie goes complete BITCH mode on her and told her, "You're the reason why this is happening to Nikki Bella. It's all your fault." And then what does Brie call her? The only word that apparently she can call her, a BITCH. Stephanie tells her, "Say it to me again. How dare you? Get her out of here. Get her out of here." And that's when she sold her ticket. And apparently, I don't know what happened after that. I think Brie called her the word again, and then Stephanie slapped her lips into the rafters, and then got her escorted out. That was kind of hilarious. And then she calls the match, and apparently Nikki loses, obviously. And then afterwards, she tells her, "You can quit like your sister, or continue this torture." I don't think this is leading to a heel turn. I've heard a lot of people on the internet talk about how Nikki Bella is going to turn heel on Brie because of this. And it makes sense, but I don't see it really happening, because where is that going to lead Brie? Or not just Brie, but Nikki. I don't see that really going anywhere except for a match between those two, which I don't really want to see that. But I know where it does lead to one of the best segments of the night. And I'll get to it in a while, so keep watching. Bo Dallas fought Damien Sandow in his newest impersonation, LeBron Sandow. Yes, he came out in the Miami number 6 jersey, the same jersey that LeBron wore. That crowd was mad. He got massive heat. See, this is how you're supposed to be booking the character. This is actually a good way to book him. He garners heat. I want to see Damien Sandow do stuff like this. Like one night when they're in Chicago, have CM Punk's music hit, and then Damien Sandow comes dressed out as CM Punk or something like that. I like seeing stuff like that with Sandow. Maybe like a few weeks ago, when we're talking about Bret Hart, showing up in Canada, maybe Sandow should have came out first, dressed like Bret Hart to gain some heat, and then have Bret Hart come out. That's how you book him. That is something that garners heat. I am kind of confused at why we're booking him against Bo Dallas, who's a heel, because he came off as a face in this match. Okay, Bo Dallas won. He's now 16-0. The streak lives. Then we got the highlight reel with Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt. And this is where I'm going to stop to talk about something. Those of you who are following me on Facebook, who've liked me on Facebook, it's not Twitter, but you've seen my post on my fear of the Wyatt family losing stock. And here's my thing. With Bray Wyatt coming out talking about how, he's this great leader of the universe, I'm the eater of all worlds, I'm going to do great things. What's really going to hurt him is if he can't back it up. And for a while now, Bray Wyatt has not been backing up his words. Since he's gone from losing to Cena, now losing to Chris Jericho at Battleground, which I'm starting to believe was a mistake. His promos now are just kind of words. If he can't back up these words, then honestly, he's going to lose steam. And I feel like the Wyatt family overall is losing steam, which to me is ridiculous. How can a great stable like this with great talent be losing steam? It's the weird booking of the WWE. Bray Wyatt, and I've used this phrase before, bulletproof. Bray Wyatt, to me, isn't there yet. He's not a talent that I believe can, go out there, do anything and everything, and it will get over. I don't think Bray Wyatt is quite there yet. I think he can be bulletproof like Cesaro, but with the way the WWE is booking him, I'm getting scared and worried that eventually fans will get sick of him. However, tonight on Raw, it kind of got me a little bit hopeful that maybe they can, keep this going. Keep the Wyatt family train going. Because Miami tonight was hot for him. They wasn't like Richmond last week that chanted boring at Bray Wyatt. Dumb crowd. I'm sorry. And I didn't talk about it in that Raw review because I didn't think it was worth talking about. I just thought the crowd was stupid. But this week, they were a lot more receptive. I thought the beatdown of Chris Jericho before his segment was excellent. why show it on the app if you're gonna show it on real TV anyways, whatever. But yeah, he did the freaking Sister Abigail into a locker, and then you see blood trickling down Chris Jericho's ear, which I thought was a nice touch. Blood adds a lot to any feud. He cuts his promo talking about, and I wrote some stuff down because I want to quote him right. He talks about digging 2 graves, one for Jericho and one for himself, but unfortunately for Chris Jericho, he will live forever. He's seeking vengeance. I still don't quite know why he's going after Chris Jericho, but from what he's saying, I'm going to assume that he saw Chris Jericho as an idol when he was younger. You know, he looked up to Chris Jericho as one of his favorites, and I guess he couldn't save him from his dark future, because Bray Wyatt is a messed up guy, and Chris Jericho, him being an idol, couldn't really save him from going down that path. I'm making sense out of something that's not there, I know that, but that would be my storyline. That's how I interpret it. Bray Wyatt is mad at Chris Jericho for preaching himself to be an idol of the people, the Ayatollah of rock and roller, and quite frankly, he couldn't save Bray Wyatt, and now he wants vengeance on him. Sounds good to me. I think this feud could still work. They need to build on this. Keep it rolling. I'm still going to hold out faith that these two are going to have a great program. It's not over yet, so I look forward to seeing what else they do. Then we have the IC champion, The Miz, Mr. Hollywood Miz, whatever you want to call him, come out with his Moneymaker to fight Dolph Ziggler. Great match. It was a fantastic match. Oh my lord. I like the psychology element that Miz brings to his matches with, don't touch my face. Don't touch my face, man. It's the Moneymaker. It's pretty much Tyler Breeze from NXT, but I know some of y'all who watch NXT aren't happy with this, and I can understand. But to me, it works. I think The Miz is playing it up to a T, and it's really making his matches a lot more fun. Because the way he reacts to, someone trying to hit his face is really hilarious. And the way he reacts when he does get his face hit, it's great. Really hard-fought bout here. Just a very good match. And what makes it better is, besides the fact that it's better than any of the matches we got last week, or not just last week, but last night at Battleground, Ziggler won. He beat Miz clean. Great hope spots, great kickouts, great everything, but ultimately, Ziggler beat Miz, which lets me know and gets me hoping that he's going to have a match against Miz at SummerSlam. My God. You know what? I know it's kind of late to hope for a Ziggler title run, but WWE, if you're listening to me right now, I hope you really consider giving the title to Ziggler sometime in the future. It doesn't have to be at SummerSlam. I would love for it to be at SummerSlam, but Night of Champions, whenever. Ziggler needs this. He is one of the most over talents on your roster right now. Despite his attitude, despite you not liking him, you need to make money right now. You need to get subscriptions right now. Right now, you don't need to go against the grain. The fans want Ziggler. Push him. At least one more time. Okay, give him a chance. Because this is hot. This is a great angle. This is a great feud. I would love to see Miz and Ziggler work something into SummerSlam for the IC Championship. And Miz, he's a good foil for Ziggler. Especially with this Hollywood Miz gimmick. Him wearing those glasses and acting like, don't touch my face, man. Don't touch my face. It's kind of hilarious. So Cesaro's backstage talking to Triple H, and he has announced he is no longer a Paul Heyman guy. Well, alright then. I guess Cesaro is back to being by himself. And I think the WWE realized, like a lot of us did, that it wasn't working with him and Heyman. I think they're pressing the reset button, and they're going to start back over and try to push him again as a face sometime down the line. I don't know when, but they might start again pushing him as a face. So, fine with me. Tear him down and then rebuild him back up. Okay, he got a match against Dean Ambrose, which I will talk about right now. It was good. It was standard. My thing about this is, and I guess this is something I realized about Dean Ambrose, how I feel about him is kind of similar to how I felt about Austin. His matches were good, but ultimately, I just want to see him beat someone down. I want to see him go crazy and whoop some ass. So, at the end of the match, when, he disqualified himself, okay, that's fine. He hit him with a steel chair because he lost his mind. He went crazy. He went on his lunatic fringe, and beat up Cesaro and ran him off, which, I get that, And in this case, I would understand Cesaro kind of backing away because it's a crazy man with a steel chair. I get it, but still, like I was saying, I guess to me, the reason why I'm not enjoying Ambrose's matches as much as I want to is because ultimately I just want to see him go crazy. And it's not really because his matches suck, it's just because I want to see something else out of the match besides just a match. But the stuff with him and Rollins, I think is going to be definitely one of the best parts of SummerSlam. It took a back seat tonight, which is okay. It needed to, because you need to advance so many other stuff. But I think next week we're going to get it back and we're going to really push for it at SummerSlam. Man, I can't wait for that match. Alright, one of my favorite parts of the show. AJ Lee and Paige took on Emma and Natalya. Pretty decent match. I liked Natalya's release German suplex. That was cool. Emma shined a little bit. And yes, I want to apologize right now. Those of you who watched my review last night. Okay, I missed Emma and Natalya as one of the only few female wrestlers with a submission move. I'm sorry. My bad. Just saying. But for real, I don't know why I forgot about them. That was my fault. But pretty much AJ and Paige won this match. And afterwards, finally, while Paige is celebrating with AJ, BAM! Knocks her down. Paige turns heel. She goes nuts on AJ. She grabs her hair, tosses her outside the ring, throws her against the barricade, throws her over the announce table, and just whoops her down screaming, "My house! My house!" Her crazy screams and stuff. The anti-diva is finally here, and she got a good reaction. Of boos, of cheers, whatever. She got a strong reaction. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the character that I've been wanting to see. And since Paige has a character now, I guarantee you fans will start liking her. Guarantee you. All you people talking about, man, she sucks, she's overrated. Over the next few weeks, you're going to regret your words. Because now she has a character. Because now she's in a program. And I think now, since we have some heat behind Paige and AJ, their match at SummerSlam is going to be so much better. We have to let these girls wrestle a submission match. It has to be a submission match. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Come on, WWE. You gotta do it. Submission match for the Divas Championship. Paige versus AJ. And then we'll finally get the match that we probably should have gotten last night. But I'm not gonna be mad at that because it's gonna be awesome at the pay-per-view. Zack Ryder was on the show. And he fought Fandango. And he won. Oh, yes. Zack Ryder won a match with Layla and Summer Rae, but still, he won a match. Flo Rida was here, and he performed his songs that are 2 years old, and maybe a new one that I don't care about. I don't care. Moving on. I don't really care about these Raw guest hosts. No harm against Flo Rida. I just don't care. Then we get one of my favorite segments of the night. Right after the concert, police officers confront Stephanie McMahon, who was announcing for Flo Rida. She was out of character, apparently, but whatever. They confront Stephanie outside the ring and then tell her, "You are under arrest for the battery of Brie Bella." I was like, she's getting arrested on live TV? They're actually doing this? And when they put the cuffs on her, Brie Bella appears in front of her smiling, and Stephanie's like, "You bitch!" And it was awesome. I'm like, I love it when Stephanie gets like that. It's awesome. It was a great scene. She was crying, whining, just going crazy all the way to the freaking police car. And Triple H was all like, "You're going to be out in 5 minutes." And then he pretty much said, well, she can ride there for the night. Great stuff. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Stephanie and Brie Bella might have one of the hottest angles going into SummerSlam, next to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, next to Lesnar and Cena. Yeah. Oh my God. And their match, we'll have to see. You know what? I'm not going to put a scope on it. It might not be great. It could be great. It could be good. But here's my thing. I think the build-up has been fantastic. and I hope the match gives us a good blow-off. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see Stephanie versus Brie Bella, and I'm happy they held it off until SummerSlam. Pretty good stuff. Alright, let's see. Apparently Rusev squashed Khali. He might go against Sheamus at the pay-per-view. Fine with me. I want Rusev to get that US title and call it the Russian belt. Or he might face Swagger again. That's cool with me too. Alright, my other favorite segment. So we have Ryback. I'm going to give you the full scope. This is pretty much the full telling of my reaction for this segment. Ryback comes out, and then we have Kofi Kingston and Big E come out. And I'm like, oh my god. Why are these two together? Because they're black. And the match was going on. Then Ryback beat them, which was like, okay. And then Kofi Kingston and Big E start arguing. Then I'm thinking, that's new. And then out of nowhere, Xavier Woods, dressed up as Malcolm X with the glasses and stuff, comes out talking about we have been disrespected. It's time we get what's ours and get back what we deserve from the tyranny of the people we're working under. And you see Big E and Kofi Kingston shaking their head, and I marked. I was like, no way. Are you bringing back the Nation of Domination? They're bringing back the Nation of Domination! Oh my god! I didn't think they had the balls to go there, but they are. Shoot, let's do it! I look forward to it. We're turning Kofi Kingston heel, thank you. We're turning Big E back to being a heel, sure. Whatever. Let's get R-Truth in there. I love R-Truth as a heel. Let's get Mark Henry in there. If not Mark Henry, maybe Darren Young, maybe Titus O'Neil. Let's just go all the way with it and make it a straight up blacks are back in action tag team. Maybe get like a black manager in there. Cameron? Maybe something. I don't know. Just make it straight up Nation of Domination 2.0 with Malcolm X being played by Xavier Woods. This is great. I look forward to it. This is freaking epic. And then the cherry on top. Triple H comes out, and he's going to announce the new guy. Everybody's shutting Lesnar. Orton comes out. Everybody's like, oh no, not Cena and Orton again. I was like, calm down. Get your hands away from the laptop. Put down the cell phone. It's a diversion. Because Reigns comes out and attacks Orton. They go away, and then Paul freaking Heyman comes out and introduces Plan C for Brock Lesnar. And then Triple H shakes his hand, and there you go. And then Heyman proceeds to cut one of those ECW-like walk on a firing pit of coal type of promo that gets you really excited for SummerSlam. And I am sitting there going, yeah, beat Cena's ass, Lesnar. And it was glorious. I'm ready. You know what? I'm not even worried about the future right now. I have my issues with Lesnar being champion and holding it for a while and not defending it. We can work on that later. Hopefully they work something out to where if he wins the belt, he can be here every other month, which is fine with me. But, man, guys, I'm excited for SummerSlam. I want to see Lesnar beat the snot out of Cena. That has to be the only option. They can't have Lesnar come in only to lose to Cena and go, LOL, Cena wins again, the greatest champion of all times. No. Good mic work. I know you're watching me. You said that if Cena won, you would do a rant video. Okay? This isn't about, oh, you're just an internet fan. No. Okay? This is ridiculous. If Cena goes to SummerSlam and beats Lesnar, the guy who ended the streak, no, sir. It needs to be a straight-up annihilation of John freaking Cena. We need to see John Cena get obliterated. Have some offense, but it doesn't freaking matter. No DQ finish, none of this BS. Cena needs to lose, and I mean lose, to Lesnar at SummerSlam. And I think that by itself, if we build it as Lesnar coming in as the Beast, going to destroy John Cena, you are going to get a rise in subscriptions. I promise you, you are. boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, this was an excellent episode of Raw. I'm happy I saw it. I hope we get more of these. And I hope we definitely get more hype for SummerSlam coming up in the next few weeks. So, tell me how you felt about Raw down below. Your thoughts about what I said. Next week will be in Houston, so I will be going live. I will be there. If you're going to be there, don't feel like you don't have to come up and say hi. Just come up and say what's up. You know, we'll chat and stuff like that. I don't mind. I'm a cool guy off the screen. So, yeah, guys, I mean, tell me about Raw, and this is your boy, the Alyx Man, signing off. Very excited for wrestling.